Stick Resort, your summer destination. Book your stay today at TalkingStickResort.com. Life well played. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at ChoosePrimavera.com. That's ChoosePrimavera.com.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
The Thursday edition of the lunch break right here on KDUS AM 1060, streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app, and you can watch the show over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today on the show. It is a Take a Note Thursday, our second run through of that. We'll revisit. We've already taken some L's on a Take a Note Thursday, so we'll update everybody on where things stand early on in the infancy of that segment. We'll talk a little NFL draft today with the Arizona Cardinals. We'll get you ready for the Suns as they take on the Hornets tonight in Charlotte, the third game of this 4-game road trip. But we start. It was a great afternoon yesterday for Zac Gallen. It was a great afternoon yesterday for the Diamondbacks bullpen as they completed the 3-game sweep of the Detroit Tigers.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
1-0 to sweep the Detroit Tigers yesterday. What a response we saw over the last 3 days by this Arizona Diamondbacks team after the opening sweep at the hands of the Los Angeles Dodgers. This team starting the year 0-3, they came back home, didn't feel sorry for themselves, and they showed you all of the reasons, at least in just this 3-game sample, showed you all of the reasons to believe in them. You got 2 good nights offensively. You got some really good starting pitching basically all 3 days of this series. And the bullpen, yes, the bullpen that gives us nightmares, they came through a couple of times in this series. A great early response, got punched early. Unfortunately, you kind of expected the early punch, but they weathered the storm against the Dodgers. They came back home. They swept the Detroit Tigers, and now they're in the middle of a 3-game winning streak. They're feeling good about themselves. Ton of great stories up and down this roster right now, and they'll look to carry that momentum into tonight when they take on the Atlanta Braves. Outside of one bad inning on opening night against the Dodgers, Zac Gallen has pitched like a Cy Young candidate. Outside of one bad inning in LA against the Dodgers, Zac Gallen has looked like one of the best pitchers in the National League so far this season. He has been great to start this year. Again, the one bad inning in LA, and that has been a problem for him in the past. He always has that one bad inning. But yesterday, think about this. Zac Gallen can try to block out all the noise in the world. He knows who he's going up against on the other side. He knows that it's the defending Cy Young winner in the American League. It's one of the best starters in all of baseball. He knows as much confidence as he could have in the Diamondbacks offense, he knows it's going to be really difficult with Tarik Skubal on the other side. That puts a lot of pressure on you as a starter. You feel like you have to match 0 for 0. And you only got the 1 home run from Corbin Carroll in the first. And other than that, it was 2 aces trading zeros. And Zac Gallen knew he needed to keep that game close because Skubal was dealing. Skubal was taking the ball late into that game. And Zac Gallen matched. He matched Tarik Skubal 0 for 0 over the course of 6 innings. And producer Evan said this to me before he left yesterday. Kind of reminded me of the second start that Gallen had last year where in Yankee Stadium, he carved up the Yankees lineup early on in the season. He went, I think, 7 innings on that day. He looked excellent yesterday, attacking the strike zone, not trying to nibble, not trying to just poke at the corners, filling up the zone, using that knuckle curve, trusting the guys behind him. We're going to spend a whole segment today talking about the defense of the Arizona Diamondbacks because it was on full display. Attack the strike zone, trust the guys behind you, and he looked confident. He looked poised. He was in attack mode from the word go, and he needed that type of mentality because he needed to throw up all of those zeros. Zac Gallen has been such a good story to start this year, and again, outside of that one bad inning in L.A., he has looked every bit the ace of this pitching staff.
Yeah, and really never had to work himself out of trouble, never put himself in a position to be in trouble. There was a couple singles earlier in the game. He dealt with those. Then it was kind of the sixth, right? He gets the first out. Kevin McGonigal triples. We bring the infield in and immediately gets a line-out double play. And that was the only trouble he saw all day long. It was maybe the best start I've seen him have since the one in New York. And I think you could argue in a lot of ways this was more impressive just because how daunting it is on the other side, knowing I got to match Skubal 0 for 0.
Yeah, and Skubal allowed just the one run, the one hit to Corbin Carroll, and the Diamondbacks actually early on in this game were hitting Skubal harder than you would normally expect when going up against an ace of that caliber. And they just couldn't really do a whole lot with it. Carroll gets him for the home run, and you have to match these zeros. And listen, Gallen only struck out 2 guys yesterday. He trusted the defense behind him, and the 4 hits, I mean, we can go through it right now. The first inning, it was a 2-out single that he worked around. In the third, it was a 2-out double that he worked around. I mean, he was working. The trouble that he put himself into wasn't second and third, 1 out. I'm trying to work around this really tough spot because if I give up 2 runs, it feels like it's game over. It's okay. You got the first 2 guys out in the first. Gleyber Torres hits a single, you work around it. He worked around the limited trouble that he put himself in, and he looked really great yesterday. And so far, through 2 starts, I don't know how you can't be more than encouraged about what you're seeing from Zac Gallen, including that bad inning in L.A. He's got a sub-4 ERA so far to start the year, a 3.6 ERA through his first 2 starts. That guy yesterday that we saw on the mound take down this Detroit Tigers lineup is the guy you saw in the second half last year, basically put the entire pitching rotation on his back and keep the Diamondbacks afloat after they traded Merrill Kelly and Corbin Burns goes down with the Tommy John surgery. The guy that we saw post-trade deadline last year, that's Zac Gallen. That's the guy we saw yesterday.
And listen, we're going to need everything we can get from Zac Gallen.
Of course.
If this team wants to be in the playoffs. But what an awesome start from Zac Gallen, and you feel really good about where the staff is. Listen, they've gotten some good starts, and yeah, there's been bumps in the road. Zac Gallen's first start, there was a bump in the road in the 5th inning. I don't think anybody's going to shy away from Brandon Pfaadt had a pretty large bump in the road the other night. But outside of those couple innings, they've gotten really solid starts across the board.
Yeah, I mean, 6 innings yesterday, you'll take that, right?
Eduardo Rodriguez handed him a nice start in his first.
What you have to do if you're the Diamondbacks with the way their bullpen is currently constructed, you have to avoid those outings where you're asking for 12-plus outs. I just don't think they have the guys that can consistently win games that way. Will they win here and there? Sure, they'll be able to put it together every so often, but I don't think that's a consistent way to make a living. You're going to run guys into the ground. You're going to overuse guys. You're then going to step into games where you basically don't have any of your high leverage relievers available. You have to manage the bullpen, and the way you do that is by getting length from your starters, and you got length each of the last 2 nights from your starters. Zac Gallen gave you 6 yesterday, and let's use this to talk about the bullpen. It's a lot of zeros they're throwing up in this series. Yesterday, 3 zeros. Taylor Clark comes in the 7th, shuts it down. Juan Murillo in the setup role yesterday because you've used Paul Sewald a bunch. And so you need to give him a rest. So you move some guys around. Murillo draws the assignment in a 1-run game in the 8th. He shuts it down. Jonathan Loaizaga, we told you all spring long, if this dude is healthy and that stuff plays, he is going to be somebody that Torey trusts when Paul Sewald isn't, available, or if Sewald's not getting it done, Loaisiga's going to be a guy that he turns to in the ninth inning. He turned to Loaisiga yesterday, had to work around a little bit of trouble, got help with some defense, turned in a double play, but it's all zeros. I actually went back and did the math. 8 consecutive scoreless innings from the Diamondbacks bullpen, dating back to the first game of this series where they gave up the 6th spot. Since then, 8 consecutive scoreless innings from this bullpen, just throwing up zeros, and it's different guys. It was Andrew Hoffman and Paul Sewald in the second game of the series. Yesterday, it's 3 guys. It's Taylor Clark, it's Juan Murillo, and it's Jonathan Loaisiga. Now, I am not here to tell you that you should be 100% comfortable and confident in this group. It's way too early in the season to say that, and I still have my concerns over the course of 162, this bullpen being able to hold up. But right now, I'm encouraged. Right now, I don't feel as uneasy as I did going into the season because you got a bunch of guys up and down this bullpen that have looked good a couple of times now. Loaisiga's looked good basically every time we've seen him. Juan Murillo, I think overall has looked good. Clark has bounced back well from that bad outing that he had in LA. Kevin Ginkel has looked more like the best version of himself. And so far, it was supposed to be the weak spot, and it may still rear its ugly head. But in this series, especially yesterday, that's a 1-run baseball game. One badly located breaking ball is over the fences, and it's a tie game. That's all it takes.
And it's a game of inches because Colt Keith's double, by the way, very well could have gone over the fence.
Yet you were able to throw up the zeros. I mean, I didn't have it on my bingo card, the Diamondbacks winning a lot of 1-0 games this season.
No, and for them to be the first 1-0 win across Major League Baseball this year was not on my bingo card.
Wasn't going to have that. That was not going to be a take-a-note Thursday for me.
No.
I was not going to be one of my bold predictions. The Diamondbacks will be the first team to win a 1-0 game in Major League Baseball. Especially going up against Skubal, the bullpen being what it is, didn't have that on the bingo card.
Not at all.
And so credit to the defense, which I want to talk about here today. Credit to Corbin Carroll, who I want to talk about here today. Barely mentioned him here in the open, but just a night and day difference. And this is why you let a season kind of get into a rhythm and get into a flow before you completely overreact. Because do you feel the same frustration that you felt after the 3 games in LA? Or are you more willing to say, man, we almost won 2 of those games. We had leads in all 3. 2 of those losses were 1-run losses. We came back home. We showed our offensive might. We beat a really good Tigers team. We swept them. We took care of business. You can look at the glass and see it more half full than half empty coming out of that Dodgers series. It was half empty on Monday, right? Swept by the Dodgers. You blow a bunch of leads. The bullpen, the Taylor Clark outing, a bunch of stuff going wrong. The offense scoring 8 runs in 3 games. You don't feel great. We tried to tell you on Monday, it's not all that bad. This is why. Because the offense played better. You got the 1 run you needed against Skubal, and you got, excellent pitching the last 2 days of this series from your bullpen.
Tremendous.
Sewald was great. Andrew Hoffman with the 2 innings that he worked to keep it at 5-1. And then yesterday, just what a job at 1-0 for Clark, Murillo, and Jonathan Loaisiga. This is not A.J. Puck, Justin Martinez out there trying to save the game for you. These are relievers that you're not sure about. I'm not sure about. But they shut the door. Zeros across the board for the Diamondbacks. They finish up a 3-game sweep of the Detroit Tigers back to 500. And, I don't want to look at the standings too much, but just 1 game back of the Dodgers. In front of everybody else in the NL West that isn't the Los Angeles Dodgers, which is all you got to do, right?
Just got to be in second.
Got to be in second. So far, they're doing that. And so they start a 3-game series tonight against the Atlanta Braves. That series gets underway right tonight. 3-game series starting tonight.
Tonight starting
4-game series.
6:40 tonight. Ryan Nelson. Yeah, it's a 4-game series.
4-game series.
Ryan Nelson on the hill.
I don't know why.
I don't know who's pitching for.
Ronaldo Lopez goes for the Braves tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ronaldo Lopez against Ryan Nelson, and it's weird. Today feels like a Friday, even though it's a Thursday. That's why I said 3-game series.
It does because a weekend series starts for the D-backs. So you immediately process.
Right, 3-game
Friday.
series. Right, you Friday 3-game series, and so you just.
Also, I think a lot of people have off tomorrow.
I know the markets are closed tomorrow. It's not a banking holiday, is it? Tomorrow?
Don't listen to me. I don't know.
We're not. Let me tell you what. We're not off. We'll be here.
No, we'll be here.
We will be right here.
We'll be recapping Ryan Nelson 8 shutout innings against the Atlanta Braves.
Sir, take a note. Thursday isn't for another 35 minutes. Please save that for a little bit later on here this hour. If you're going to You're going to go that bold early on here for us. Couple of ways for you to join us here today on the program. The phone number, 480-864-1060. You want to chime in on the Diamondbacks picking up a series sweep against the Tigers. What a dominant pitching performance across the board yesterday for this Diamondbacks team. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. We've got people over there saying they've got a 4-day weekend. I mean, I don't know how you drop a 4-day weekend, but credit to you for drawing.
They get Monday.
They get Monday and tomorrow.
I got to be honest.
I mean,
through all my
tip of the cap to you.
Through all my schooling, through all my 2 years of work now, I've never gotten the 4-day.
No, the 4-day weekend.
I mean, that's crazy. Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, not us. We'll be here both tomorrow and Monday. We'll be here both days.
Yeah, we don't get a day.
We don't get a day. We get a little bit of a break right now because when we come back, it's not been his thing. Will Monti step out of his comfort zone? We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
People that haven't watched college basketball would say that there was no real Cinderella team. It's Iowa. You know why? Because Iowa isn't even Iowa. They're the Drake Bulldogs, the 30-plus win team, and they were coached by Ben McCullum. And McCullum got a job this year as the Iowa head coach. And you know what Ben McCullum did? He brought over 5 guys from Drake. 4 leading scorers or top 3 scorers are from Drake. Iowa is your Cinderella story.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Psychedelic Furs are back, live. May 28th, 7:30 p.m. at the Celebrity Theater. The Psychedelic Furs. Playing all the hits with special guests. We Are Scientists. Tickets on sale now at celebritytheater.com. The Psychedelic Furs, brought to you by Danny Zalisco Presents.
Helping your money do more means putting yourself in the financial driver's seat.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no better or more literal way to do that than with a low-rate auto loan from America First Credit Union. Plus, for a limited time, when you finance your new vehicle with America First, you'll enjoy no payments for 90 days. And that means getting more mileage out of every cent you spend. So make your money move. Head to AmericaFirst.com to apply for pre-approval of your low-rate auto loan today. Eligibility, terms, conditions, and creditworthiness apply. Subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal opportunity lender.
Jumbo Shrimp is back at Del Taco. One bite of Del's Jumbo Shrimp Taco. And yeah, you're on a whole different level of flavor. Top tier, no notes. Crispy golden shrimp, crunchy cabbage, fresh house-made pico de gallo, and savory secret sauce. All wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla with a fresh-cut lime wedge. And right now, get 2 for just $6. They're only here for a limited time. So level up with 2 crispy jumbo shrimp tacos for $6. Only at Del Taco. Del, yeah. Price and participation may vary.
Rome here with your Rome Report. Tiger Woods says he's stepping away from the game to seek treatment and focus on his health. Good. Hopefully he's fully committed and all in on this recovery and not just telling us what we want to hear or doing it because he feels like he has no choice. This dude has been a train wreck personally and an auto wreck actually longer than he was a unicorn on the course. Think about that. He was ranked number 1 in the world for 13 years, but he bounced his rig off that fire hydrant and tree 17 years ago. Instead of pouring everything you have into getting back on the course, Kat, you need to take that same energy and pour it all into getting right personally and clean and sober. Because while you haven't won in years, you've apparently been pilling up and getting into car wrecks for even longer. You should have hit the hard reset on your life years ago. What you accomplished previously means nothing right now. What you do going forward means everything. Reclaiming your life is more important than any major you could ever win. I'm Jim Rome.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Right now at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts, you can get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 qualifying brake rotors. Ask the professional parts people about additional brake pad and rotor upgrade options available at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly.
Auto Parts.
Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROAM. Get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's going to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Back here on the lunch break, Chris Schubert, producer Evans, KDUS AM 1060. The calendar flipped to April yesterday, which means it is NFL draft month, and we are just counting down the days until the Cardinals are on the clock in the first round with the number 3 overall pick. And I continue to believe that Ty Simpson is the cloud that hovers over the Cardinals draft. It is baked into every question that a reporter asks anybody associated with the Cardinals. I mean, you can hear it in the questions that were asked of Michael LaFleur at the NFL annual owners meetings at the Arizona Biltmore, where the head coach photo gets taken, and the media availability that everybody has there. It's caked in, right? It's baked into the equation. It's baked into the formula. Everyone just kind of assumes that this is something that needs to be solved. I'll go a step further. I know we talk a little bit, we make picks on this program during the NFL season. This prediction market space is not something we've talked about here on the air, but there is a market on these prediction markets of the team to land Ty Simpson, and the Cardinals are the favorite over there. They're the betting favorite to land Ty Simpson. Everywhere you turn, there is a link of the Cardinals and Ty Simpson. Mock drafts, prediction markets, betting websites. Everywhere you turn, it's Ty Simpson and the Arizona Cardinals. They are linked together right now in a way that there's really nothing you can do to unseparate them until we get to the 2026 NFL draft. Nothing you can do to sever that tie. Maybe I start to sever that tie today. Perhaps we can start to sever that tie here today. Because one thing we can all agree on, Ty Simpson is not going to be the pick at number 3. Right? We can all agree if the Cardinals want Ty Simpson, they won't take him at number 3. That's off the table. He's not a top 10 pick. He's the number 2 quarterback, but he's not viewed as a first-round QB. But we know how quarterbacks kind of get moved up the board. So back part of the first round is where you start to be comfortable with the idea of taking him. But number 3, off the table. And so we've told you there's only 2 ways then that the Cardinals can land him. They move out from 3 or they move up from 34. Now, I've said that moving out from 3, they're going to have to move out basically twice to get into a range where you're comfortable getting Ty Simpson, and that feels like a mistake with the talent that's on the board, getting a tackle, getting an edge rusher. So that also off the table. Taking him at 3 off the table, trading down to take him is off the table. So now your pathway, and this is everybody's favorite pathway right now. Everybody loves to tell you that the Cardinals are going to trade back into the first round. They're going to trade with Buffalo to get pick number 26. They're going to move back into the first round. They're going to do the repeat, the redo of what the Giants did last year with Jackson Dart. They're going to take a couple of thirds. They're going to move up from 34, and they're going to get themselves Ty Simpson. That's going to require Monti to step out of his comfort zone a little bit. When I say Monti's name, and you think of the NFL draft, do you think of somebody who aggressively moves up in the draft? Do you think of somebody that when he finds his guy, moves up to get him? Or when I say Monti in association with the NFL draft, do you think of somebody who's more inclined to move back? who's more inclined to be patient, to play the board out, to let the board fall to him. And if he's got 3 or 4 players that he likes, he'll move down a couple of spots and then take who's ever left from that group of 3 or 4 players. Which one in your mind do you see when I say Monti and the 2026 NFL draft? A guy who's aggressive and will move up, or a guy who's patient and will move back? Because I remember a time where the Cardinals had a top 5 pick. And I remember a time where the Cardinals moved back. And I remember everybody loving watching Monti work the phones on social media. Everybody loves the clip of him calling back and forth and looking at the board and trying to figure out the value. All that aggressiveness was to move backwards. Where's that video to move up? Where is that video to move inside of the top 15 or top 20 for a guy? Now, I hear you. You're going to say, Chris, the Cardinals don't win enough to be in that position. They're always in the top 10, so all they can do is really move back. But where's that aggressiveness to move back into the first round to get your guy? Where's that aggressiveness to move up? Right? We saw this. The Suns, what did they do in the draft? Moved up. Moved up to the top of the second round. We're going to get our guy here. We're going to get our guy at the top of the second round. You see teams do this. You see teams get super aggressive. I haven't seen it yet from Monti. And I haven't seen it yet at the quarterback position. So in order for me to buy into this idea that the Cardinals are going to be the team that lands Ty Simpson, you are asking me to believe that this GM, who's never done this before, who's never been this aggressive in pursuit of a player, is going to move back into the first round for a quarterback who's made 15 career starts in the first year of Rebuild 2.0. That's what you're asking me to believe is going to happen. I have no evidence. There is nothing about the way Monti has operated in the past that tells me that's going to be the case. There's nothing that tells me that's how they're going to operate later on this month. So yeah, their pathway to getting Ty Simpson is to move up. I don't know if they have the GM that wants to do that.
I think you put it best when you said, remember the video where he was moving around the board and everybody loved it, and that's what got everybody excited.
Wheeling and dealing is the phrase we would use.
Backwards.
Out of 3 to 6.
And when you do something like that, you've become a guy who is now seemingly less willing to move forward to go get your guy. And maybe they moved back because they thought Paris Johnson was their guy and they didn't think the value was there at 3. I get it. But he's never been a guy to move forward. And when you're talking about moving forward to get Ty Simpson, we're talking about moving up 7, 8 spots, not 2, not 4. Right. You're going up a third of the round.
And remember, that wheeling and dealing in 2023 to land Paris Johnson, they went from 3 to 12 and then 12 to 6. They worked a couple of trades, right? They moved back from 3 to 12 with Houston, and then they moved from 12 to 6 with the Lions. And remember, the Lions got Gibbs at 12, but they were comfortable taking Gibbs at 6. So if you want to say, yes, he technically moved up from 12, okay. But he moved out of the original spot, which was 3. He moved down. He did all that wheeling and dealing to get additional draft picks and get Paris Johnson at a lower spot than where they started the evening. Where is the deal to move back inside the first round aggressively to hop in front of a bunch of teams to get your guy? That was, we love Paris Johnson, but we think there's some value here for teams that want to go up and get a player that's not Paris Johnson, and so we can move around and get more out of the deal and still get our guy. You can't do that with Ty Simpson. You can't play that game. You got the Jets with 2 first-round picks. You got the Jets who picked directly in front of you in the second round at pick number 33. You got the Browns with 2 firsts. You got a lot of teams that may be sniffing around trying to draft Ty Simpson, and so you can't do that. You have to aggressively go up, and I just haven't seen a clear-cut example of Monti doing that. And yeah, there's always a player that breaks that rule, right? There's always an exception to the rule. Is that player really Ty Simpson? No offense to Ty Simpson. I actually like him as a prospect. But is that the player that you're going to break your rule for? Is that the player that's going to be the exception, the outlier to the way you've conducted drafts mostly in the past? Sorry, I just don't see it. I just don't see Ty Simpson being that guy. If he gets to 34, great. You take him. I think it's a home run. I would celebrate it. But this aggressively move up and get him, boy, I just don't see it.
I think we would have to be in a position where we've heard multiple things, multiple reports that the Cardinals really like Ty Simpson, that their meeting with Ty Simpson has gone great. They've met with him a few times. And yes, I know that they have interviewed him and that they are going to interview him. But I just haven't heard enough about it. And for that concern alone, it gives me a little pause to say, is this team really going to move up 10 spots to do so?
Right, 8 to 10 spots in order to get him, and the price that's going to take?
We would have heard more.
I think so, or at least we'll start to hear more here pretty soon. But right now, I just don't see it.
Think about how much we heard about the Giants and how much they love Jackson.
You couldn't go 2 seconds without hearing a story from either the Giant side or Jackson Dart side that was what they wanted to do, right? And I think there's more being made outside of Cardinals land than inside of Cardinals land about linking them to Ty Simpson. Where with the Giants, it felt like, no, the Giants are kind of making it clear to everybody they like Jackson Dart. To the point where people were saying, oh, they could take him at number, well, they picked third that year, second?
Correct, yeah.
We could take him at 3. And everyone was like, no, they're not going to do that. They like him, but they're not going to do that. Do you hear that about the Arizona Cardinals with Ty Simpson?
No.
You don't, right? You just see this linking that's occurring because, one, everybody wants to, predict their version of what happened with Jackson Dart last year, and the Cardinals are the team that makes sense. In fact, this is a topic for my Take a Note Thursday. One of my 3 Take a Note Thursdays is about Ty Simpson and the Arizona Cardinals. I'm trying to go 2 for 2 with my Ty Simpson Take a Note Thursdays. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also hang out with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, the Diamondbacks finished off a sweep of the Detroit Tigers yesterday, and early on, one bet that Mike Hazen made, it is already paying off. We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Life can change in an instant. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can feel overwhelming. The pain, the stress, and the uncertainty of what comes next. You don't have to go through it alone. The attorneys at Sweet James understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact an accident can have. They're here to help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to under the law. When you call Sweet James, you're connecting with a team of attorneys experienced in handling serious injury cases. Their work is driven by preparation, advocacy, and a genuine commitment to helping clients seek accountability and justice. Every case is different, and outcomes depend on the specific facts involved. If you've been injured in an accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James for your free case review. They handle everything for you so you can focus on healing. That's the Sweet James advantage. Help available 24/7. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
The Avett Brothers and Mike Patton present Avett Patton Performing Live at Arizona Financial Theater, May 12th. Avett Patton. On sale now at livenation.com.
We're chatting with our guest, always safety first, 811 Megaphone Man.
Call 811 before you dig.
You never stray from your mission of letting homeowners, landscapers, and excavators know you should always call 811 before you dig.
Call 811.
Call for both small and big jobs. And 2 working days in advance?
811.
Any parting words? And I'm guessing they will be.
Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Southwest Gas.
811.
Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort are two of Scottsdale's most iconic entertainment destinations, elevated by one premier loyalty experience, Salt River Rewards. Earn points on gaming, dining, and purchases, then redeem for free play, cash, or exclusive savings on dining, spa treatments, and hotel stays with breathtaking valley views. Join today and get up to $25 in free play. Salt River Rewards at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Winning once, that's a good season. But building a streak, that takes showing up. Every call, every claim, every day. AAA Auto Insurance is ranked #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest by J.D. Power, 2 years in a row. And we don't take this repeat for granted, because trust isn't a given, it's earned. Join the millions of satisfied drivers who choose AAA Auto Insurance. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
An in-state rivalry matchup for ASU baseball this Thursday night right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils as they make their way to High Corbett Field to take on the University of Arizona. Head coach Larry Bloomquist is ready to lead his team to an opening victory against the Wildcats. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live from Tucson. It's ASU versus the U of A this Thursday night. Pregame at 5:45 p.m. and first pitch at 6 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and the KDUS app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan is on the other side of the glass. We appreciate you hanging out with us here today as we continue to recap the Diamondbacks picking up their sweep of the Detroit Tigers yesterday. And boy, one game in particular, yesterday's game, put on full display, although we've seen it a bunch here in the early stages. The emphasis that Mike Hazen and this entire organization put on improving the defense of this team. I mean, you saw it all over the place in yesterday's game. And if you want an early indicator of how good the Diamondbacks are defensively, second best team in baseball in defensive runs saved, with 9 already this season. The only team in front of them, the Los Angeles Dodgers, with 10. So through 6 games, through 2 series, again, we've got a long way to go, a lot of baseball to be played. This Diamondbacks team is right now, at least by one statistic, the second best defensive team in baseball. And they needed it yesterday. They won the game 1-0. You needed great defense behind you, and you got great defense all over the place. How about in the 6th inning? When Jose Fernandez, who's over there playing first base, catches a line drive, and he's played a little first base in the minors, not a ton. They wanted to keep his bat in the lineup, and boy, I don't want to say he had a rough day. It was rough for everybody not named Corbin Carroll against Tarek Skubal, but he made up for it defensively. He snagged a line drive, and then he picked off Kevin McGonigal on just a perfect throw to get a double play. How about in the 8th inning, where Ildemaro Vargas made a jump throw to get an out at first base? How about Nolan Arenado starting a double play in the 9th inning to help Loaizaga erase base runners? I mean, all throughout the late, high-leverage moments of that game yesterday, you got defensive plays all over the place. And if you want to make up for a shaky bullpen, if you want to make up for an offense that's struggling, if you want to make up for a pitcher not having a great day, it's the defense behind you. Nolan Arenado through 6 games. Maybe he's not hitting all that well. He's making an impact every single night he's out there at third base. Jose Fernandez didn't do a whole lot with the bat yesterday. Made an impact. Knocked down a couple of balls at first base. Turned that crucial double play in the 6th inning, getting McGonigal at third. Carlos Santana's been good at first base. Jordan Lawler made a couple of nice plays in center yesterday. He's been great over in left. Defense has been so important to this team through the first 6 weeks. It's why they prioritized Carlos Santana. It's why they prioritized Nolan Arenado. They said, we're going to be better defensively. And I said to you, with the infield that they have, good luck getting a ball on the ground past them. And you have seen it so much over these first 6 days. Mike Hazen put an emphasis on defense. And yesterday, it is very fair to say defense helped them win that game.
100% it helped them win that game.
They don't win that game without Jose Fernandez playing first base. They don't win that game without Nolan over there at third. I mean, that double play he turned, he made it look easy.
Nolan, it's so clean, isn't it? Right? Like, it's a kind of a choppy ground ball. He charges it, fields it cleanly. The release is so quick, and you turn two. I don't know how many third basemen in this league are turning two on that play. Honestly, I think it's less than 10.
I mean, and doing it as effortlessly as he makes it look. And we know it's not.
And side note, the flip-up glasses, strong look out there. I love them.
I like the good flip-up
He's got
glasses.
He's got a good late 90s, early 2000s third base look.
He's such a fun player to watch. And, you know, the offense has to be better from him. But, man, it just feels like every single night you can circle something in the scoreboard, in the scorebook. You can circle a play. You can circle a moment where Nolan made a play for the team that you just go, if there's anybody else out there at third base, it just doesn't happen. I mean, that 5-3 in your scorecard, there's maybe 10 other third basemen that if you have out there, they don't make that play. I mean, he's the one of one. And it's just such a valuable thing for this team to have. And on a day when you're facing Skubal, you need that kind of stuff. You need your defense to be locked in. You got a guy who hasn't played a ton of first base, making his second career start, playing a new position over there at first base. He made play after play after play yesterday. Nolan made great plays. The defense for this team, Corbin Carroll's been great in right field. And don't take my word for it. I gave you the numbers. Second best defensive team in terms of defensive runs saved. You want to create margin for error. That's the phrase we've been using in the early part of the season. You want to win on the margins. You want to be able to keep games close. Got to be able to play defense. And the Diamondbacks have one of the best or one of the better defensive units in all of baseball right now. They've just been so good. And Mike Hazen put an emphasis on it in his player acquisition in the offseason. And you are seeing it already 6 games in. It has bared fruit. It is one of the main reasons why they won that game yesterday. That double play that they turned in the 9th inning that Nolan started. Crucial. It got Loaizaga out of a jam.
They ties the game. Next batter had a double.
Yeah.
It would have tied the game.
Would have tied the game. Maybe would have given them the lead if you don't get at least one out there. So the defense has been so good for this team. And the bullpen was good yesterday. We talked about that in the open, but they got some great defensive plays behind them. Jose Fernandez, Nolan Arenado, Ildemaro Vargas, Jordan Lawler's been good. Corbin Carroll's been great. I mean, just all over the place. You are seeing this team. They steal outs, and you got to be able to steal outs. We don't think the Diamondbacks are the most talented team in baseball, but we think they're going to play the fundamentals really well. And their defensive fundamentals are maybe the best in baseball, if not second best behind the Dodgers. They have been really good so far this season.
And it continues to show.
Yeah, and it's going to help them win a bunch of baseball games. It really is.
They do not win that game last time with how they played.
And
if they played middle of the road defensively.
Yeah, and it will continue. There will be plays every single night that they make that will help them get out of jams or to stop rallies from starting. And it will just be demoralizing for other teams if they continue to play this well defensively. And this is why you bring in somebody like Nolan. Now, you need him to hit better, but you bring in somebody like Nolan for exactly what you got from him yesterday and what you've seen so far. I mean, he's made plays in basically every game that he's played this season. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, it is a Take a Note Thursday. We'll revisit our last Take a Note Thursday already. Some L's for us to take. Now, the Take a Notes aren't supposed to always be, quick L's. They're kind of long-term things. Already taking some quick L's. And then we'll have this week's edition of a Take a Note Thursday. Things that we want to put out there in the ether to make sure that if they happen, you heard it here first. We'll get to those next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Motley Crue, the return of the Carnival of Sins. September 16th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. The Crew celebrates the 20th anniversary of Carnival of Sins. Motley Crue, with performances by Tesla and Extreme. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Motley Crue, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
My uncle had a Maytag washer that ran for 37 years. Never broke, not once. His motto was buy it once, cry once, and never worry again. So when I started A1 Garage Door Service, I thought about my uncle's Maytag. And I thought about you, my clients. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. I built something that no other garage door company can offer. The Max Life Spring System. The average garage door spring only lasts about 10,000 cycles. That's only 3 to 5 years. We engineered springs that last up to a lifetime, over 100,000 cycles. That's 30 plus years at a minimum. And the best part, the Max Life Spring is almost the same price as the standard springs most companies use. Buy once and never worry again. From garage door repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com. Buy once and never worry again.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Monument Valley? Check. Grand Canyon? Check. Sedona? Check. Camelback? Check. Think you've seen it all in Arizona? Well, if you haven't been fishing, you haven't seen a thing. From ponds and reservoirs to rivers and lakes, our state has no shortage of ways to cast a line for beginners and pros. And a fishing license is your passport to all of them. Get your license at azgfd.gov and discover a whole new way to see Arizona.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Wrapping up hour number 1 here of the lunch break. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you. It's KDUS AM 1060. Make sure you download the free KDUS AM 1060 app. Take us with you on the go. It is a Take a Note Thursday. Now, do we revisit our previous Take a Notes for Take a Note Thursday? Because you've already taken 2 L's, producer Evan.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it hasn't been a great start.
I've taken
Thursday.
I've taken 1 big L, but you've taken 2 L's as well.
Would you like to go through your L?
Yeah, my 1 L was that I said that all 4 1 seeds would make it to the Final Four. The Final Four starts over the weekend. Just 2 of the 4.
Correct. Just 2 of the 4 have made it.
Would have had 3. Would have had 3 if Duke would have called timeout.
Correct.
Nothing I could do about Iowa. I didn't have that on the bingo card. But I could have had 3. At least it could have been close, 75%. All Duke's got to do, call one of their timeouts. Don't throw the ball up in the air.
And you feel pretty good.
Feel pretty good. Don't blow a 19-point lead. Sorry.
The 2
19-point lead. 19 points. Duke. Really good program. Great recruits. The Boozer brothers. 19-point lead. Gone.
See ya.
See ya.
Into the wind.
You know what? We went busto. That's what you did with a 19-point lead. We went busto. Completely.
U of A.
Give it away.
Won't make the Elite 8. That one.
I mean, there's wrong. Yeah, I mean, there's never been a better use for that.
No, there is, because it's right now. The next one. Tiger will make the cut at the Masters.
We went busto. Wrong. I don't like the play. You're supposed to be better prepared. Yeah, I mean, we are going to have to have some of those tough conversations. That was very good. That was very good that we both did that at the same time. That was excellent. You can't plan that. That was not planned at all. I mean, you can't make that up. We hit that drop at the same time.
So it went poorly. Your new taking notes.
Yeah, you want me to start?
Yeah, you start.
Take a note number 1. Take a note. Jose Fernandez will be a regular everyday player for the Diamondbacks by the end of April.
I like that.
I'm in on this kid. I know he didn't have a great day with the bat yesterday, but playing a different position, making defensive plays all over the place. Sometimes you need to stick with somebody because they're just providing a boost and energy. And I know we're 5 games in, but it just felt like he provided something to this team. Keep him involved. Find a way to keep him on the field, and I think his play is going to keep him on the field. Because even on a day where he's facing Tarek Skubal and he's not able to do something with the bat, he still impacted the game yesterday.
He was great yesterday.
You need those types of players on your roster.
He's great at first base, at a position he had played 11 total games at before yesterday.
Right.
Jordan Lawler will hit above 280 this year.
Hold on. I like this. Take a note. Jordan Lawler is going to hit above 280. He's having a great start. This couldn't be going any better for us.
I mean, as a Jordan Lawler, oh my gosh. So I told you my roommate's traveling, right? I think I told you this off the show.
Yes, because you were driving his car for a little bit while your car was in the shop.
Correct. Yeah.
The way you described it to me was he was finding himself. That's how you describe, because he's going on like a European backpacking.
Yes, he's going backpacking.
And so you're just like he's after college, he's finding himself.
Yeah,
which is great.
And anyway,
I don't know how this is going to link to Jordan Lawler, but
this is good. This is good. Actually, full circle.
Okay.
So he is subleasing his room to my other college buddy.
To Jordan Lawler.
No. To my other college buddy who walked in the room while I was watching the Diamondbacks game yesterday and asked me, what do I think of Jordan Lawler? I responded, well,
let me tell you, take a seat.
You're asking the right guy.
Pull up a chair. Get nice and comfortable. I'll tell you exactly how I feel about Jordan Lawler.
I said, you're asking the right guy on how I feel about Jordan Lawler. I love Jordan Lawler. And this is the guy.
I just love that he seems more confident at the plate. He just seems like a different player up there. He feels like he feels like he belongs, right? It feels like watching him, he feels like he belongs in that batter's box. And it just seems like every day he's coming through with a hit. And by the way, he's out there playing center yesterday.
Yeah.
He's playing left. Those are positions he hasn't played a ton.
He hasn't played center since the Winter League.
So he hasn't played a lot. And hasn't been a blunder so far. He had that one in spring.
So far, so good.
But other than that, he's been great out there.
Yeah, he had that one in spring and then robbed the home run the next pitch.
2 plays later. Or whatever it was. Take a note. The Arizona Cardinals will not trade up from pick 34 for Ty Simpson. I'm out. I am totally out on this. Ty Simpson will not be an Arizona Cardinal. He will be a top 25 pick, though. But he won't be going to the Arizona Cardinals. I just don't think that the first time that we see Monti be this aggressive for a player, it will be for Ty Simpson. They may like Ty Simpson. I don't know if they're going to love Ty Simpson. I don't know if you can love a prospect with just 15 career starts.
No, I totally get that. I don't think you can.
You can like him, and you can want him, and you can be like, if the board kind of falls our way, we'd really like to get him.
How much adversity, how much pressure can you see in 15 starts at Alabama?
I don't think you can answer all the questions to feel comfortable being that aggressive for him.
Correct. The Suns will take whoever they play in the first round to 6 games.
Boy, if it's the San Antonio Spurs, have you seen what the Spurs have been doing?
Take a note, they stink.
The Spurs won 10 in a row. You're out here saying they stink.
No, I know. They're very good. I'm not a Wemby guy.
They're 2 games back of Oklahoma City. The 1 seed's kind of still in play. Oklahoma City, don't they play the Lakers tonight?
They do, yes. The Lakers, by the way, have been playing some great basketball.
Right. I mean, we could be talking about the 1 seed being in play for San Antonio, so it could be Oklahoma City that you play. I mean, this isn't buy or sell, but I would not co-sign this take a note. I would not do it.
Well, good thing I don't need your co-signing because that's next segment.
That's right. Take a note. The NBA will get it wrong with their new anti-tanking measures. Whatever proposal they decide to go with, it will not work out. It won't.
Wrong.
Yeah, it won't actually fix the problem. It will be what they'll probably do is pick the confusing one where we're looking at a 2-year sample size worth of wins, and then they have to hit a certain win total. And so,
yeah, that feels very NBA.
So we're going to have to break out the calculator. We are going to have some of those tough conversations. There's going to be a lot of math involved.
I'm a huge nerd.
And we're just not going to really know.
I also think like the NBA just decides that like if we make them do more math, they won't tank.
Right.
Like they don't have somebody doing analytics in the department.
If they don't have like 7 or 8 people in their building that
I'm a huge nerd.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, they just have a whole department of analytics people.
I don't know really what they're thinking.
I can tell you what they're thinking. What if we just took a shot? I mean, we're just trying to figure it out as we go here.
Yes, we are. Kirk Cousins will start week 1 for the Raiders.
So we tried to call our Raider fan friend. Do you know he tried to call me back in the middle of the show? He tried to call me back and then sent a text message. Sorry, I just saw what time it was. Well, thanks for listening to the program. Because we were going to call him and be like, dude, why did you just pay Kirk Cousins $172 million over 5 years? Because that's what the deal can be worth. And we like to troll our friend who's a Raiders fan. But they're paying him $20 million guaranteed this year. So he'll probably be the starter for like the first 3 weeks of the season. And then it'll be Fernando Mendoza's turn.
You would have to imagine. I can't believe he called you back.
But right, called me back. And then it was in the middle of the show. I can tell you exactly when he called me. 14 minutes ago. Not even like 11:06 in the middle of the first segment. Oh, I lost track of time. 14 minutes ago, he called me. And then he sent the text message. Oh, sorry. I just saw what time it was. Thanks for listening.
You know, he can listen to the program on the free app.
The free KDUS AM 1060 app, yeah. You can chat away in the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. You can do all of that.
You can call us, 480-864-1060.
Right. Call that number.
He would have had way more success calling that number
than calling me. All of a sudden, I felt my phone just like vibrating. And I'm like, I look down and I'm like, why is he calling me? He knows what I'm doing right now. I'm sorry, what was your take a note?
I think Kirk Cousins will start week 1.
Yeah, he'll start week 1. I like this one from you. Yeah, I think so. Because they're not going to want to rush Mendoza, but they want to probably get Mendoza some starts.
Yeah.
And I don't think you don't pay Kirk Cousins $20 million to sit the first couple of weeks of the season. If you wanted somebody that could kind of give Mendoza some competition, but not really, it wouldn't be Kirk Cousins. You could find somebody else. Jimmy Garoppolo.
They're just looking for a guy, I think, that's played a lot of football.
And Kirk Cousins has played a lot of football.
Kirk's played a lot of football.
Yeah. So there you have it. A Take a Note Thursday. We'll see how quickly we can lose these ones, like we did our last ones. A jam-packed hour number 2. We'll get you ready for Suns Hornets. We'll talk about the start that Corbin Carroll is off to. But we kick off hour number 2 with the Thursday edition of Buy or Sell. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty. This is Southern hospitality. The Black Crows, Whiskey Myers, blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be. Loud, raw, and real. The Southern Hospitality Tour. The Black Crows, Whiskey Myers. Saturday, August 15th, Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
On May 3rd, experience the hits, the history, and the harmony that defined a generation. War, live at Stargazer Pavilion at Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. After decades of iconic hits, you can watch War live at Cliff Castle on May 3rd. With tickets starting at just $45, get yours today at cliffcastlecasinohotel.com or at the Hunt and Gather gift shop.
Santana, Oneness Tour 2026. The power, the energy. Come celebrate your favorite hits from Woodstock to Supernatural and beyond. With very special guest, the Doobie Brothers. Friday, August 14th, Mortgage Matchup Center. On sale now at livenation.com. Santana and Doobie Brothers, Oneness Tour 2026.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
When your auto insurance shows up, every call, every claim, every day, that's a win. J.D. Power has ranked AAA #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest 2 years running. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. Visit JDPower.com for details.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Hour number 2, the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan. Thanks for hanging out with us here today on the show. We've had a lot of fun this week on the show. Not to say that we don't have fun in general, but nothing's going to top us hitting the same drop at the same time.
No.
I mean, I think we've peaked as a program. I think we're just done for the day.
Wait until you see, by the way, the strike 3, Bobby, with Junior stuff.
Because we actually have some day baseball, and so I have day baseball on in here, but where I'm watching it is I'm a little behind you, and I don't want to mess it because I don't want to mess with it because my phone's actually working today. So this is probably going to infuriate me. Oh boy! All right, let's just do buy or sell. Let me just hit the button.
See it?
Let me just hit the button. You know what they say? There's nothing like the buy or sell after the Diamondbacks sweep the Tigers.
Yes.
There's nothing like a buy or sell on a Thursday after the Diamondbacks sweep the Tigers, in which they beat Tarek Skubal 1-0.
Jonathan Loaisiga will have double-digit saves this year.
That was right down the middle, Bobby. What are we doing? Sorry, I just now saw that he took a fastball right down the middle.
I've never seen a more center cut fastball.
I mean, that's middle. I mean, 100 right down Broadway. I'm good. I'm sorry. Jonathan Loaisiga will do what now?
We'll have double-digit saves this year.
Didn't I not have this as one of my predictions, or did I have Juan Murillo with the 10 saves?
Juan Murillo.
And they both are gonna kind of be in that conversation.
Juan Murillo gonna rack up holds this year.
He might be. Hold on, let me check a leaderboard here real quick. Let me check a leaderboard. Who's leading us in holds?
It's gotta be our guy. I think it's Murillo. Off the top of my head.
No, just hold on a second. No, he's only got 2. Leader's got 4. He's behind a little bit. Taylor Clark's got 2. He's doesn't even have the team lead. Jonathan Loaisiga appears to be closer option B for Torrey right now.
I would say that is correct.
That it is.
On days that Seawald aren't available, it'll be Loaisiga.
It's Loaisiga. So you would think that he's going to have some opportunities.
Correct.
And listen, he's 2 for 2. He's pitching well. Does Seawald feel like he's got the recipe to be the closer all season? Because he's just throwing it up there at 91. I mean, it's not. I don't know how we're doing it, to be honest with you. Because you know me. I need my closer to have some nasty stuff. And doesn't really feel like that with Seawald.
No.
But he's getting it done. I'll buy this. Loaisiga will have double-digit saves.
the Cardinals will need to add 2 edge rushers somewhere in the draft.
2's a little rich. 2's a little strong. They've got a pick in every round. They've got 7 picks. I assume they're going to take a tackle at some point. So that's 1 pick right there. They're going to take 1 edge. They're going to take a quarterback. That's 3 picks right there. I think they need to take another tight end. Probably are going to look to take another receiver. Are they going to double up on edge? I think I'd rather double up on offensive lineman and get a guard. I'm going to sell that they take 2 edges.
Sell?
I mean, it's not a bad thought. Where would you do? Is that where you would want them to double up?
Yeah, there are on the offensive line.
Because I think I'm more.
If you asked me, I think I would say I prefer them to do it on the offensive line. But I don't know. They've spent so much there this offseason that I don't know if they will.
Paris Johnson's going to be the left tackle.
Correct.
Isaac Samalu's going to be the left guard.
Correct.
Yoda Froholt's going to be the center.
Correct.
Right? We feel really good about that left side of the line. 2 thumbs up.
Right side. You got some questions.
Yeah, right side. I don't even know if I have a good drop for this. You're supposed to be better prepared. Right. Okay. That's a good one. Yeah. Because we're not prepared. You know what? I don't like the play. That's how I feel about the right side of the offensive line.
You know what defenses are going to say about the right side of the offensive line? Who cares?
Yeah. So I think they're going to take a tackle. And I think getting another guard would probably make sense. So doubling up there over edge because you've got Josh Sweat, right?
Right.
He's going to play a lot. If you draft another edge, they're going to play on the other side a lot. I've got some young players like Walter Nolan and Darius Robinson that could also get after the quarterback. So I don't know if I'm like as urgent there. I need at least 1 other edge. Do I need 2 though? I think I need 2 offensive linemen. So if I was going to double up, I would double up on the offensive line. But number 2 would be edge because both trenches need improvement.
All right, I got an interesting one for you here. The Suns have not decided yet if they're going to bring Mark Williams back.
By the way, Michael over on the YouTube, just every day we talk about the Cardinals in the draft. He just says right tackle, pass rusher, thank you. Like it's the same comment every single time it comes up. And listen, I can appreciate the consistency because yes, I agree. Right tackle, pass rusher, figure it out. Make sure you come out of the draft with starters at both of those spots.
There.
No, just get a right tackle and a pass rusher. We're good.
Can't argue with that.
The Suns haven't decided if they want to bring back Mark Williams. So this is a really, really good take. This is a really good one for us to ponder here.
It's interesting because I feel like I think it was a couple of days ago on the broadcast, just like slightly mentioned he's a free agent.
Right. Well, and I think he's a restricted free agent.
And it just kind of like I forgot this is last year, really.
Well, I mean, I'll try to take all of my thoughts here and get them into a succinct response. It's not going to be cheap to bring back Mark Williams.
No, not at all.
We know the Suns have prioritized getting their financial house in order.
Correct.
Waiving and stretching Bradley Beal, trading Nick Richards at the deadline to get under the luxury tax, right, to reset the tax for them. That is kind of a subplot to we're trying to turn around the culture. We're trying to turn around our image, our identity as a team. We're also trying to kind of reset our financials. And so if you're going to do this where you're going to go back, are you familiar with the show Lost?
No.
Maybe there's somebody out there who will get this reference. Kate, we have to go back. We have to go back to the island. If we're going to go back over the luxury tax, you got to be darn sure it's the right move.
Sometimes you got to go back, go forward.
Do you go back over the line for Mark Williams when you have Kaman Malawach, who you invested a top pick into? And I'm not saying that Malawach has shown to be the answer, but do I really want to pay Mark Williams and stifle potentially the development of my young center and what that does to Oso? And just does that? And I don't know the answer.
And I guess that's my question.
Are you
right?
complicating things by doing this?
It is very complicated because I need to see 2 things. One, has Mark Williams proven to me that he deserves that contract from me?
Okay.
That's the question number one.
If we are just basing it off of what he's done this year for the Suns, I think the answer is unequivocally yes.
Yes, I agree.
He has provided immense value to this team.
But that is almost not the bigger question.
Correct.
Because we are playing the same thing that we've seen throughout his career of how much time is he going to miss?
Well, right.
I'm never going to get him on the back-to-backs, right? Like, I have all of those concerns when I talk about Mark Williams. So that's number one.
So in a vacuum, he's worth it. But am I willing to mess up my financials for Mark Williams? And the ripple effect that it has through the rest of the center position and the rest of the roster. What it stops me from doing elsewhere. That's the question that you have to ask. What is it stopping me from doing elsewhere on my roster?
And how much do I need to see from Kaman Malawach? Like, is there something I need to see here in practice, in a game?
Yeah, and the hard part is, like, just on that premise alone, there is zero justification to say, oh, we're not going to sign Mark Williams because we have Kaman Malawach. You haven't seen enough to make that declarative statement. That on its own is a foolish statement. But when you think of the opportunity cost of, okay, what's it going to take me to keep Mark Williams around, and what is it going to stop me from doing elsewhere on the roster? Because here's what you can't do. You can't just run this team back.
No.
You have to make changes. And so if you bring back Mark Williams, what changes are you actually able to make? I know we really haven't touched on it a lot because the season has been so enjoyable. Really interesting summer coming up for the Suns.
Very interesting summer.
Because you exceeded expectations, and so now there's going to be pressure to improve. You're going to end up with what? 46, 47 wins?
Now, I don't want to... This summer doesn't have the importance that last summer does. But this is a really good test for you to improve on the roster that you put together.
You know who we're really going to be paying very close attention to in the summer?
The alignment.
Yes.
I mean, Brian Gregory, here you go,
This
dude.
is his first big offseason where, like, the moves aren't laid out for him. The map was out there last year.
You got to trade Kevin Durant.
Where, like, everybody knew what he was going to do.
You got to get rid of Bradley Beal.
So the map was out there this year. This year, they're going to have to figure out their roadmap. And how does he put that together? And then how does he go about it?
It is one of those choose your own adventure books.
Correct.
Last offseason, no, we're picking the adventure for you. This is what you're doing. This year, choose your own adventure. So a different kind of offseason for Brian Gregory, and one of the main decisions they're going to have to make is what they do with Mark Williams. I think right now, can you give me the take one more time?
Yeah, the take was that they haven't decided what they're going to do with Mark Williams.
I will buy that they haven't decided. I will buy that it is not locked in stone what their plan is. Because they're just going to have to see what else is out there.
I agree. I think for a lot, it's not just Mark Williams.
No. And again, I don't actually think the decision to sign or not sign Mark Williams is actually
on Mark,
fully related to Mark Williams and his play.
Yeah.
It's more so like, what else does this roster need? And are those resources that I can divert elsewhere?
Correct.
Really fascinating offseason coming up for the Suns.
Zac Gallen will finish top 10 in Cy Young voting.
I mean, I'm going to buy this just based on what we've seen so far. You take out the one bad inning against the Dodgers. And again, it happened. We watched it. It wasn't good. He's had bad innings in the past. It's been the thing that has plagued his career. I mean, but he blanked the Tigers for 6 innings yesterday. 6 zeros. He put up 4 zeros. He's pitched, 10 total innings this season?
Correct.
A lot of zeros. A lot of zeros for Zac Gallen so far this season. And he's looked like the guy that we saw last year.
All right, I got another pitching one for you. Not related to the D-backs. Sandy Alcantara will once again be in the conversation for the Cy Young Award.
Boy, you want to talk about somebody who may be back in a big way?
Fully back.
It may be Sandy Alcantara. And that's a difference for Miami. If they have
I just want to be very clear. They scare me a little.
I don't know what they have after him pitching-wise.
Not that I think they'll be a playoff team, or not that I think they can make noise in the playoffs.
They'll just be pesky and annoying.
They're just going to be so annoying.
Yeah, I think so.
And they're going to be if the D-backs are out and like going on like a little bit of a skid at some point during the year, and they're 2 games out of the playoff spot, it just feels like they're going to be constantly around the Marlins.
Yeah, they're 5-1 to start the year. Now they face the Rockies and the White Sox. So let's
take it with a grain of
pump
salt.
the brakes just a little bit. And I don't expect Liam Hicks to have a .526 on base percentage for the rest of the season. He's hitting .467 with a .526 on base percentage, 3 home runs and 12 RBI.
Do you think Joey Weimer will continue to hit 700?
No, I don't think that will happen either. I don't think Xavier Edwards will hit 409 for them. They're just a very young team.
I like some of their players, some of their young guys. I like Kyle Stowers, obviously.
They've got Connor Norby, who they're playing. He isn't getting off to a good start, but
Connor Norby, the guy they picked up, Owen Cassie.
Yeah, that was the return for Edward Cabrera with the Cubs.
Correct. Yeah, like him.
He's off to a good start, hitting .350 through his first 20 at bats of the season. So yeah, I mean they're a good story so far. They're a fun story so far. I just don't know pitching wise after Sandy Alcantara, Yuri Perez, Max Meyer, Chris Paddock, Jansen Junk. Like, do we have the pitching depth there? Do we really? I mean, Pete Fairbanks is our closer. We can close games.
Which is actually pretty good.
We can close games. But I don't know. And by the way, they have Christopher Morel. He's just on the injured list right now.
I know. They're going to be a pesky team.
So, yeah, I just don't know if they have the pitching to withstand 162.
It'd be cool if they made the playoffs.
Yeah, but Sandy Alcantara's been really good. Good to see him back. It's always good when you have dominant pitchers in the sport, and Sandy was one of them and had the Tommy John and has come back, and it's taken him a little bit, but he looks like the pitcher of old.
I don't think they've ever played a playoff game in that building, have they?
Have they played a playoff game?
Because they've been in twice since they opened it. The 2020 year, which was weird, I don't think they played there.
The 2020 year, they made the postseason.
And then they made it in 23, but got swept out in Philadelphia in a wild card.
So 2020 Miami Marlins.
I don't think those games were at home.
I don't remember. They have to look.
It'd be cool to see that stadium filled.
Of course. The wild card series. What a great question you're asking here. They went 31-29 that season.
Good year.
They swept the Cubs in the wild card series.
They did?
Yeah. Where were those games played?
I don't want to say San Diego.
No, they were in Wrigley. They were the road team. They were a wild card team.
In Wrigley.
And so then I have to go to the next round. I have to go to the NLDS that year. They got swept by the Braves, and they played all 3 games at Minute Maid. They were in Houston.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So they didn't do it in 2020. And you said 23?
23. The year the D-backs went to this World Series. The other series was Phillies.
Yeah, they played a 2-game
Marlins.
series. They got swept by the Phillies that year. And that was at Citizens Bank Park. So no, they have not. I don't think they've played a home game.
Yeah. Interesting.
At that new
It'd be cool to see them play a home game there.
Yeah. Well,
they won't. But
you
it'd be
heard
cool.
what Sandy said afterwards.
No.
After he threw the Maddox. What was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we didn't have a lot of fans here, but we love them anyway. We do it for you. It's like, oh, okay.
Speaking of fans, you're going to hate this. I have a problem. Do you know where I'm headed with this?
Are you going to talk about what the Wizards did?
No, this is a baseball story.
Oh, okay.
You see what Luis Robert said?
Luis Robert Jr.?
Robert Jr.
Of the New York Mets?
Yes.
No, what did he say?
He said that, it's hard playing for the White Sox. They don't get fans.
He's not wrong.
How about win some games, Luis?
I mean, it's not all his fault.
It's not.
I mean,
they showed up for him when he was, 20 years old and they were in the playoffs?
I mean,
they sold out games.
He hit 38 home runs in 2023. He did his part. It didn't lead to anything. Yeah, you're just not. You just shouldn't say things like that. You're just asking for it.
Especially you've
moved on, dude. You got traded.
I'm sorry. You've moved on. You can't say that and then misplay 2 balls in center field.
You should just move on. You're in a new team.
And I'm sorry to pour salt.
No. But you've moved on. You're on a new team. It's a new chapter for you.
Correct.
Just move on.
Move on.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's all I got for you.
There you have it. Nothing like the Thursday edition of Buy or Sell after the Diamondbacks sweep the Detroit Tigers. Speaking of the Diamondbacks sweeping the Tigers, when we come back, Corbin Carroll, NL MVP. That's next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
People that haven't watched college basketball would say that there was no real Cinderella team. It's Iowa. You know why? Because Iowa isn't even Iowa. They're the Drake Bulldogs, the 30-plus win team, and they were coached by Ben McCullum. And McCullum got a job this year as the Iowa head coach. And you know what Ben McCullum did? He brought over 5 guys from Drake. 4 leading scorers or top 3 scorers are from Drake. Iowa is your Cinderella story.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, choose the attorneys at Sweet James. They help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. Free case review. Help available 24/7. Hablamos Español. 809-million. 809-million. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tickheady. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
The Gorillas, live in Phoenix. The Mountain Tour 2026. Performing at Mortgage Matchup Center, Friday, October 23rd. With special guests, Little Sims and Deltron 3030. Get ready to feel good all over again. The new album, The Mountain, is out now. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
Hey, it's Phil Shaver with HomeSmart, and I want to buy your house. I'm a local investor that buys homes for cash all over Maricopa and Pinell County. I buy inherited homes, nice homes, rental homes, homes that are behind on mortgage payments, and I even buy ugly homes that need fixing. Also, are you looking to get closer to market value for your house? As a licensed realtor, I've been able to buy and sell thousands of homes. Since I'm local, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 480-409-9999. Again, that's 480-409-9999. I don't work for a big corporation or hedge fund, so I can only buy 3 to 5 homes per month. There are no fees involved, and you can pick your own close date. The best part is I buy homes as is, so you don't have to worry about doing any repairs. Again, you can call me directly at 480-409-9999, or you can go to my website, gosoldaz.com. That's gosoldaz.com.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. NFL offseason isn't quiet. It just changes form. Games give way to rumors. Highlights get replaced by speculation. It can feel like noise, but the truth is, it's not all that empty. Over time, we've learned that some of those whispers tend to lead somewhere. Look at Jalen Hurts. What started as scattered questions gained traction when Jeremy Fowler of ESPN reported real concerns around the quarterback in the building, refusing to commit to an evolving system, at times a poor attitude, and a hesitation to attack zone coverage. Well, now there's Puka Nacua. While other receivers like Jackson Smith and Jigba secured major deals, his contract situation stalled. That alone raised eyebrows. Now with news of him stepping away to enter rehab in the offseason, even more questions. The league has a way of telling on itself if you're not paying attention. And every so often, what sounds like noise turns out to be news. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. They can't stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m., though. They can help you sell, they can help you market, and they can help you hire in one place. They cannot help you be in 3 places at one time, though. And while they can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business at LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/Dan Patrick Show. A personal question. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry, single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It's a whole lot better thanks to the wet, extra-large cleaning power of Dude Wipes. They comfortably clean up whatever toilet paper leaves behind. You can make the trade of the season, switch from toilet paper, and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you today. He was responsible for the only run yesterday. His second home run of the season. Corbin Carroll is off to a blazing start to the 2026 season. He is hitting .333. Those 2 home runs that we mentioned, leads the team with his 8 RBIs and an 1162 OPS. By the way, he also was only the 6th lefty to homer off of Tarek Skubal yesterday. So lefties don't get Skubal in that way. Well, Corbin Carroll got him for his second home run of the season, the only run the Diamondbacks were able to scratch across, the only run they needed yesterday. And he is putting to bed any concerns that we could have about that hamate bone injury that he suffered early on in the first couple of days of spring that forced him to miss all that time, to miss participating in the WBC. And you saw it the moment he came back. The power was there. He was hitting the ball hard. And that was what you were looking for, right? You were looking at the under-the-hood numbers.
I'm a huge nerd.
To see if there were signs of somebody that was maybe not swinging the bat as hard, not hitting the ball as hard. Those would be signs to say, yeah, he still doesn't feel 100% with his hand. He's maybe pulling off a little bit. He's not exerting 100% because he's just doesn't feel all the way there. Well, there is zero concern about that from Corbin Carroll. You see it the way he's flying around all over the place playing defense, the way he was flying around the other night for that triple. The power has been there with those 2 home runs. He's driven in the 8 RBIs. He's been great defensively. He has been one of the best hitters in the National League. In terms of WAR, his .6 WAR in the National League is second best to Joey Wiemer's .8 so far to start this season. I know we're early on, but he has been great. And so that got me to thinking, is Corbin Carroll going to put himself in the NL MVP race? He's off to a hot start, and we all know the player that he's chasing. If you want to try to win the National League and the MVP, you are chasing down the guy who does something that nobody else in the sport does, or basically has ever done. A guy that's probably going to end the season hitting 280, 290 with 40 home runs and also be a top 8 Cy Young vote getter in Shohei Ohtani. He's going to do both of those things. That's the guy you're chasing down. And so you have to be extraordinary. You have to be otherworldly to even put yourself in the conversation with Shohei Ohtani. And maybe you catch him with a bad year offensively or a bad year on the mound. Doesn't feel likely that that's going to be the case, but you got to put yourself in the conversation. Well, these numbers for Corbin Carroll, they would put him in the conversation. An 1,100 OPS, that's going to put you in the conversation. That's Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh type stuff. That's Shohei Ohtani type stuff. That puts you in the conversation. The power, 30 home runs, puts you in the conversation. 100 RBIs puts you in the conversation. Now, maybe I'm just looking at Shohei Ohtani, who's off to a rough start, swinging the bat, hitting 167, and I'm just dreaming of a world where Corbin Carroll can be in the conversation. But if he's going to do this, if he's going to be healthy, have the pop, we're not worried about his pop coming later on in the season. If he's going to be able to hit for power, if he's going to hit those triples, if he's going to steal bases, I mean, you probably need a 30-30 season along with hitting close to 300, along with an 1,100 OPS. I mean, you need stupid video game type numbers. But from what you're seeing early on in this season, it doesn't feel outlandish. It doesn't feel crazy. He's been one of the best hitters in baseball to start the season, and he's putting together numbers that would rival his career highs across the board. And so he's got to stay healthy. He's got to continue to put up these numbers. But, I mean, he's slugging .762 to start the year. His highest slugging percentage was .541 last year. I mean, it's stupid what Corbin Carroll is doing to start the year. It doesn't feel super sustainable, but this is what he's going to have to do to be an NL MVP candidate, along with playing the great defense, along with being a speed demon on the base paths, doing all of the things that we know that he can do. By the way, still hasn't stolen a base yet this season. He's had 3 straight years of 30 or more steals. He had a 30-30 season last year. So it's not impossible. And so far, he's playing like an MVP candidate, but you just worry about the guy he's chasing down is Shohei Ohtani, and it's just an unfair advantage for Ohtani with what he's doing.
It's a very unfair advantage. Luckily, 6 games in, I think Ohtani's hitting 176 or something like
167.
that. 167.
So far to start the year for Ohtani.
Yeah, so if there was a time, it's probably now.
Yeah, the 1162 OPS that he has through the first 6 games, his career high is 883 last year. Just to show you how blazing of a start this is for Carroll. But that's encouraging because you kind of anticipated a slow start with the hamate bone injury.
Certainly.
And he hasn't had that slow start. He's had the pop, the 2 home runs. He got Skubal yesterday. The 8 RBIs leads the team. He's got a triple already this season. The power is there. The average is there. By the way, his strikeout rate through the first 6 games would be a career low. His walk rate would be a career high. So you're seeing a guy through the first 6 games that's pretty locked in right now.
Extremely locked.
Just a question of can he keep it consistently over the course of 162.
Yeah, and do I think a 700 slug is sustainable for Corbin? Probably not. But could we see it north of 570?
It was 541 last year. That was his career high. Could it be a career high in those numbers? Absolutely. Absolutely. And the Diamondbacks are going to need him to play this well.
They're going to need this whole offense to play well, specifically at the top of the lineup. Those first 4. Starts with him.
By the way, do you mind for just a second?
I'm a huge nerd.
Do you mind?
I do not mind.
I have not seen this statistic yet, and I don't know when it was added. But they have a statistic here on his Fangraphs page, which is the ideal attack angle percentage. Again, I know.
I'm a huge nerd.
And I don't want to really get in the weeds on this, but I guess this statistic shows the hitter's ideal attack angle rate, which is the percentage of his competitive swings that fall within the 5 to 20 degree attack angle. So obviously, the higher the percentage, the better. It means you're better at squaring up the baseball, getting it at the ideal attack angle. He's at 80% this year. So just a guy who's just squaring up the baseball right now.
Yeah, that's insane.
Just hitting the ball really hard. Hitting the ball hard. Is still fast on the base paths. His StatCast page is all red. He's just been great. And I don't know if he can keep this up. It's what it's going to take to be an NL MVP candidate. But so far, through the first 2 series of the year, he is making his case that he should not be forgotten about in this conversation. And the Diamondbacks are going to need him to be their MVP if they're going to keep this going and be competitive late in the season. It is a 4-game series starting tonight against the Atlanta Braves. Ryan Nelson makes his second start of the 2026 season. It'll be Ronaldo Lopez on the other side for the Atlanta Braves. So they'll kick off that 4-game series. It'll run through Sunday, and then they're off on Monday. So 7 games in a row for this Diamondbacks squad coming off that sweep. I'm sure they're thrilled that they get to continue to play baseball with how they are playing right now. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also hang out with us on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, the Suns, they continue their road trip tonight in Charlotte, and it may not be tonight, but it looks like the Suns are getting closer to full strength. That's next, the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark, and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
John Mellencamp. Dancing Words Tour, the greatest hits. August 9th. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. John Mellencamp. Part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Been crazy busy these days? Sounds like you could use a little we time. That means playtime at the AAA 4-Diamond Wecopa Casino Resort. Game time with more than 900 slots plus table games. Maybe a tea time on one of 2 nationally ranked courses. And definitely some hang time at WKP Sportsbook, the largest sportsbook in the state. Wecopa Casino Resort. It's we time.
When I was a kid, my dream wasn't a mansion. It wasn't a yacht. It was a 250cc Kawasaki dirt bike sitting in the garage. That garage and that bike represented freedom. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. At A1 Garage Door Service, we know your garage holds more than tools. It holds dreams. From repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com.
A1 from day one.
Meineke's highly skilled and certified technicians always treat your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care using the best state-of-the-art equipment. You can always depend on Meineke to do the job right and get you back on the road in no time. Save time and schedule an appointment now. Visit Meineke.com today. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
With a Global Credit Card, you earn reward points for every purchase. Use your rewards at checkout at many of your favorite stores, or use points instead of cash when you shop online. You can even use them to book a flight up to 3 days in advance. New York, Vegas, Albuquerque. From groceries to getaways, redeem your way. Apply for your Global Credit Card now at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
An in-state rivalry matchup for ASU baseball this Thursday night right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils as they make their way to Highcourt Field to take on the University of Arizona. Head coach Larry Bloomquist is ready to lead his team to an opening victory against the Wildcats. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live from Tucson. It's ASU versus the U of A this Thursday night. Pregame at 5:45 p.m. and first pitch at 6 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and the KDUS app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060, Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today on the show. Now, producer Evan, this is not exactly what I wanted to talk about here, but the Suns play the Charlotte Hornets tonight at 4 o'clock. Diamondbacks' first pitch is 6:40. So there's a world where you can get both on the big screen, where you don't need to break out the tablet.
That's how it worked the other night, actually.
You have a window where it could work out that way.
We were able to finish the Suns game and roll it right into the Diamondbacks game the other night.
So in theory, you could get both on the big screen. You don't have to choose. But if you did have to choose, what's going on the big screen?
The D-backs right now, I think.
It's early in the season. It's game 7. It's just a home game against the Braves. It's not like it's the Dodgers or the Giants or the Padres. It's the Braves. The Suns, it's the playoff push. It's the final 6 games.
Yeah, it might
season.
be the Suns.
I know it's a road game against Charlotte, but we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. By the way, I brought the red Sharpie in today, so we can just get those 2 W's on there against Utah and Memphis.
I love that.
Just to make sure that we're all where we need to be going into the final month. But you got 6 games to go. Trying to hold off the Clippers. So I don't know what I would put on the big screen. Luckily, I think we're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes? A basketball game is usually done in that.
Let's look it up. Average.
Oh, the average length of an NBA game this season? I love this. Average length of an NBA game.
Wait, do you want to guess? Don't search. Don't search.
All right, I backed away. Yeah, it was difficult because, Archie. So 2 hours and 36 minutes. Lower. That was not great radio. You just pointed it downward.
Lower.
2 hours and 17 minutes.
Really close.
2 hours and 18 minutes.
Really close, but too high.
2 hours and 16 minutes.
Really close, but too high.
2 hours and 13 minutes.
There you go.
So the average NBA game is 2 hours and 13 minutes. Now,
that was for last year, by the way. They don't have a number yet for this year.
All right, well, let's just use that number, right? We're not starting at 4 o'clock.
No.
I mean, an NBA game's never started on the time that it says.
No, so even if it starts at 4:30.
Well, no, it'll probably be like 4:05, 4:10.
Let's call it 4:15.
No, I wouldn't even do that.
No, I'll give you 4:15.
4:15
takes me right up to 6:30.
That's close, though.
I can switch.
No, but that's
Boom,
close, though.
Bang, bang.
But
It's a bang, bang play. How about this, though? What if we just sit down our guys in the fourth quarter? We take care of business.
Well,
no Devin Booker, no Jalen Green.
Of course. If the game is, in hand against Charlotte in the fourth quarter and you can sit everybody down, well, then obviously I'll put the baseball game on the big screen and I'll move the basketball game to the tablet, right? If the game's in hand, then it automatically goes onto the tablet. Unfortunately, it has not been easy for the Suns to do that. They did it against Memphis and Utah, but it has not been an easy road for this team.
Not at all.
That's also assuming it hits the average. 213 is the average. The game's a little bit longer than 213. We get into 220, 225. That's just an extra 10 minutes. Now, all of a sudden, you got a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, you got a big problem.
So hopefully the Suns can take care of business. This is the harder of the two games remaining on this road trip.
I would say that.
I mean, Chicago is...
Well, they got the best of you.
They did get the best of you. They've lost 5 in a row. They're 2-8 in their last 10. Charlotte is 7-3 in their last 10. I mean, they're not a great team. They're 40-36, but they've got the same record as Orlando. And let me tell you what didn't go the Suns' way on Tuesday. Playing Orlando. Now, looks like we're closer to Mark Williams making his return. He has been upgraded to questionable. So he's been ruled out a bunch, was upgraded yesterday to questionable for today's game. I have not seen an injury report for today.
I have not either.
And I'm trying to stay off of social media right now.
I know you're doing the no Twitter.
So I'm trying to stay.
It's a problem for our job.
It's providing its fair share of challenges. So this is where I kind of lean on you to see if there was anything on the injury report. But he was listed as questionable. So maybe it's not tonight, but it's certainly close. It's certainly tonight or Sunday, you would think, that by the end of the week, Mark Williams is back. And then the Suns are at relatively full strength. They're still dealing with Grayson Allen and that knee injury that they're kind of managing. But Dillon Brooks back. Mark Williams back. Grayson Allen in the lineup, just not regularly, but is there. You're now going to have 6, maybe 5 games to get yourself back up to speed for the play-in and for hopefully a postseason series. But that's it. That's how small the window is. If he plays tonight, it's 6 games. If he plays on Sunday, it's 5 games. That's the window you have to get Mark Williams, Dillon Brooks, Jalen Green, Devin Booker, all on the floor together.
According to Dwayne Rankin, the Suns injury report has Mark Williams listed as questionable. Out tonight, Hayward Highsmith, as well as Amir Coffey.
I have an interesting question I want to try to solve right now. Because I wasn't planning on going here, but I said it out loud, and it's taken me in this direction. Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, Mark Williams.
How many games?
No. How many minutes have those 4 played on the floor together? Do we have that?
And finding that stat.
Hold on. I can try to find it. Lineups. 4-person lineups. Dillon Brooks, Devin Booker. This is challenging because this is not sorted in a way that makes any sense.
How many minutes?
There's not a lot here, dude. Dylan Brooks, Devin Booker. I see those two. And then I see Jalen Green. And then I'm looking for Mark Williams. It's not a lot. I mean, how many minutes have Jalen Green and Mark Williams played together this season? It's not in the top 20 on the team.
All right. I'm asking ChatGPT.
Yeah, we can't trust whatever answer they give you here. No shot we can trust this answer.
Are you ready for their answer?
Sure. I'm probably not going to agree with it.
0.
I mean, they may be right.
The exact 4-man group hasn't actually locked any meaningful on-court minutes together this season.
I mean, I don't. Maybe this is something I should just have committed to memory and watching them play, but I just can't remember a time when the four of them were on the floor together.
Yeah. There is no publicly tracked lineup. NBA.com cleaning the glass. PBP stats showing the exact 4 on the court at any.
Like Basketball Reference has their 4-man combinations, and it has it broken down into the top 20 by minutes.
Okay.
And the lowest one is 146 minutes, and it's Devin Booker, Colin Gillespie, Jalen Green, and Royce O'Neal. That's number 20. The top group is Devin Booker, Dylan Brooks, Royce O'Neal, and Mark Williams, 531 minutes. And then there's another one with Mark Williams and Dylan Brooks and Colin Gillespie and Royce O'Neal.
But the 4 of them on the floor at the same time.
On the floor at the same time. I mean, Jalen Green is only on here twice. He's only on here with Booker, Oso, and Royce O'Neal for 163 minutes. And with Colin Gillespie, Oso, and Royce O'Neal for 154 minutes. There's actually 2 more that he's on here for, but it's not a lot. I'm trying to see if there's any 3-man lineups that include Booker, Brooks, and Williams have played 648 minutes together.
Yeah, that makes sense. The hard part is getting Jalen Green playing with Mark Williams.
Right. How much crossover has there been there?
How much have they played with each other?
So we can actually look at this. Jalen Green has started in those games. I'm trying to find anywhere that there's Jalen Green. So there were 3 games in which Jalen Green and Mark Williams were on the floor together in the starting lineup. There's another 2 in a different configuration. So that's 5. That's 1. That's 6, 7. 7 times they've started a game together. So it's not a lot. I think the point we're making is this team has won a lot of games despite not being at full strength for a majority of the season.
And how many times did Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks get in those games?
Right. It is crazy that this is a team that is 42-34 and has a chance here to, if they win 3 or 4 games here down the stretch, be a 45-win basketball team. And I see 3 wins on their schedule. They can win tonight. They can win at Chicago. They can win at Dallas and get 3 and get to 45.
It's insane what they've been able to do.
Yeah, without being at full strength, and it looks like they're close to being back at full strength here. Maybe as early as tonight, but more than likely on Sunday. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, it is all the stories that we didn't get to here today on the show. We call them the leftovers, and we get to them next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
It's the spectacular return of Bruce Springsteen and the legendary E Street Band. Land of Hope and Dreams American Tour. Live at Mortgage Matchup Center, April 16th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. An unforgettable night with Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
For more, visit BruceSpringsteen.net.
A small commitment at least one day a week helps reduce ground level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Avoid idling. Turn off your engine when waiting in pickup lines and drive-thrus. Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
At the Phoenix Zoo, we are scaly things and furry things. We are fast things and slow things. Tall things and short things. We are huge things and very, very small things. We are things from right here in Arizona and things from all over the world. We are thousands of living, breathing mammals, reptiles, birds, insects, fish, and amphibians that you absolutely have to see. Phoenix Zoo, that zoo we are. For tickets, hours, and many more things, visit phoenixzoo.org.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Back to wrap up today's edition of the show. And producer Evan, if you don't mind, before we get to the leftovers, I was able to get a better answer for us all.
Hit me with it.
The Suns have played 7,000 plus possessions, both offensive and defensive combined this year. I was able to find out the number of possessions that Jalen Green, Devin Booker, Dylan Brooks, and Mark Williams have been on the floor for. 7,037 possessions. Together, they have all played. That group of four, 47. Out of the 7,000 plus possessions over the course of the season thus far, on both ends of the floor, those four guys, what we would classify as the big four of this team, have played 47 together. So that team is about to walk into the postseason winning potentially as many as 45 plus games. And the four players that we think are crucial to this whole thing have played together for 47 of the 7,000 possessions. Now, I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to do the math. I'm going to see. I'm
47 possessions. What are you going to do?
I want to see what the percentage is.
Oh.
47 out of 7,000.
Can I? Okay, let me guess. 40.
It's 0.6% of the total possessions that the Suns have played the entirety of the season. Those four have been on the floor together.
It's nothing.
Do you want me to remove Mark Williams and just talk about Booker, Brooks, and Green?
Yeah.
I can do that for you. It's 109. 109 out of the 7,000 possessions.
We just got over 1%.
That team is going to be a play-in team, potentially a playoff team, and didn't have their best unit for the entirety of the season.
The entire of the year.
I mean, just insane to think about.
47 possessions.
Yeah. A total of 70,037 possessions. And that group has been on the floor for 47 possessions.
Insane.
What else you got in the leftovers? Oh, I got them. Oh, hold on. Let me get you the music here. My apologies. There you go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Pirates top prospect Connor Griffin has been called up to the majors for the home opener.
So Again, I'm on a bit of a social media purge at the moment. I'm trying not to consume a ton. By the way, feels great. It really does.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely.
Why did they call him up now?
I think that if you ask me, I think it's to garner a little bit of excitement for the home opener.
Okay, because it wasn't like there was an injury that opened it up for him. They needed him to get more time in the minors. He played like 3 games or whatever.
Correct.
So 19 years, 344 days old. He will be the first teenage position player to debut since Juan Soto in 2018. And by the way, the two sides are engaging on a long-term contract extension. And the Pirates apparently are using Corbin Carroll's deal as a model that they want to follow, the 8-year, 111 that the Diamondbacks and Corbin Carroll signed.
Correct. So Corbin Carroll just being kind of a trailblazer for all the young prospects in baseball.
Of course.
Which is great to see. Did you see the Orioles last night?
What about him?
Samuel Basallo makes MLB's first game-ending ABS challenge.
This isn't true.
Overturned.
Okay, because the Diamondbacks won on an ABS challenge. Because the Tigers challenged and they were wrong.
It was called a strike. No, this one was overturned.
You're talking about an overturn to win a baseball game. Okay. I was just going to say, please be respectful to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Any thoughts on that?
Winning on an overturn?
Yes.
I mean, when you do it at home, boy, the crowd, it's probably electric. It probably feels great.
It is probably electric. Trying to think what else happened in the world of baseball last night. The Dodgers lost their second game, by the way. They're 4-2. So, I mean, pack it in.
Well, no, wait a minute. We're not packing it in. By the way, did you see what the Wizards did yesterday?
No.
So they did an April Fool's joke.
That they won?
So they did
Come on. I don't get any credit for that.
No, it's good. It's good. They did a half-court shot. They brought somebody out on the court to do a half-court shot for $10,000, and he's blindfolded.
Okay.
And he missed the shot completely, and the place celebrated, and they gave him the big check for $10,000, pretending that he made the shot when he didn't. And then they showed him the video of how badly he missed the shot by. Well, there were some people that were up in arms about this. They did not like that somebody who spent their hard-earned money to go to a Washington game was trolled that way in front of the world. So
Is he suing?
So the Wizards had to come out in a statement and say, hey, we missed the mark on this. That's the quote that they used. But that everybody was in on it. The fan who was taking the shot was a plant. So he knew what was going on. Everybody knew what was going on except the people in the building. But they still apologized for upsetting their fan base. By the way, they lost to the Philadelphia 76ers last night.
Okay.
153-131.
The NBA is an unwatchable that's a lazy thing to say, but there's been a few games specifically this week that have been unwatchable. One of them, the Suns played in.
153 to 131. It's their fourth straight loss. They're 20th in their last 21 games.
Tanking, everybody. Tanking.
Don't worry. Don't worry. The NBA is going to fix it.
No, they're going to fix it.
They're going to fix it.
You have no faith they're going to fix this?
No, none whatsoever. That's going to do it for us. Thursday edition of the program in the books. We're back tomorrow recapping the series opener against the Atlanta Braves. We'll break down if the Suns can get back on track against Charlotte. Jim Rome, he's coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, have a great rest of your Thursday. We've got ASU baseball tonight as well. Talk to everybody tomorrow. See ya!